The game and its creation. 1. Released in 1978, Space Invaders was first introduced to arcades in Japan in 1978. 2. Created by Tomohiro Nishikado. The mastermind behind the game was a Japanese game designer named Tomohiro Nishikado. 3. Inspired by Breakout. Nishikado was influenced by another popular game, Breakout, when creating Space Invaders. 4. Pioneered the shooter genre. Space Invaders is often credited as one of the first shooter games. 5. Hardware limitations. Due to the limited technology of the time, Nishikado had to design custom hardware for the game. 6. Initial sales struggled. Despite its later success, Space Invaders initially had slow sales. 7. Revived the arcade industry. The game's eventual popularity helped revive the struggling arcade industry. 8. Influenced by pop culture, Space Invaders drew inspiration from popular culture, including Star Wars and the War of the Worlds. 9. Innovative gameplay mechanics. The game introduced several innovative mechanics, such as wave-based enemies and power-ups. 10. Simple yet effective graphics. The game's graphics were simple but highly effective, with iconic alien and spaceship designs. Gameplay and mechanics. 11. Objective. The player controls a spaceship at the bottom of the screen, shooting at descending alien invaders. 12. Wave-based system. Enemies advance in waves, increasing in speed and difficulty. 13. Power-ups. Players can collect power-ups to increase firepower or create defensive shields. 14. Limited lives. Players have a limited number of lives, and losing all lives results in game over. 15. High score challenge. The game emphasized high scores, encouraging players to compete with each other. 16. Addictive gameplay. Space Invaders was known for its addictive and challenging gameplay. 17. Fast-paced action. The game's fast-paced nature kept players engaged. 18. Strategic gameplay. While simple, the game required strategic thinking to survive. 19. Player skill progression. Players could improve their skills and reflexes through practice. 20. Endlessly replayable. The game's difficulty and high score system encouraged repeated play. Impact and legacy. 21. Cultural phenomenon. Space Invaders became a cultural phenomenon, influencing fashion, music, and other media. 22. Arcade revenue record. The game generated massive revenue for arcades, becoming one of the highest-grossing games of all time. 23. Spawned numerous sequels and clones. The game's success led to countless sequels and clones. 24. Influenced future games. Space Invaders laid the foundation for the shooter genre and influenced countless games to follow. 25. Pioneered video game music. The game's music was innovative for its time and helped shape video game soundtracks. 26. Global popularity. Space Invaders achieved widespread popularity worldwide. 27. Enduring appeal. The game continues to be enjoyed by players of all ages. 28. Preserved in gaming history. Space Invaders is considered a classic and is often included in lists of greatest video games. 29. Inspired art and fashion. The game's iconic imagery has inspired artists and fashion designers. 30. Remastered and re-released. Space Invaders has been remastered and re-released for various platforms. Interesting facts. 31. Cocktail table version. A popular version of the game was the cocktail table arcade machine, designed for bars and restaurants. 32. Humanoid enemies. Early versions of the game featured humanoid enemies, but these were changed due to concerns about violence. 33. Designed for easy repair. The arcade machine was designed for easy maintenance and repair. 34. Inspired urban art. The French artist Invader created mosaic artworks based on Space Invaders. 35. Record-breaking sales. Space Invaders broke numerous sales records and became a financial success. 36. Developed in a short time. The game was developed relatively quickly compared to modern game development standards. 37. Simple hardware. Complex gameplay. Despite its simple hardware, the game offered complex and engaging gameplay. 38. Early use of vector graphics. Space Invaders used a primitive form of vector graphics for the spaceship. 39. Inspired home computer versions. The game's success led to home computer versions, popularizing gaming at home. 40. Merchandise boom. Space Invaders merchandise, such as toys and clothing, became highly popular. Continued influence. 41. Modern remakes and reimaginings. Space Invaders continues to be reimagined in various forms. 42. Mobile gaming success. The game has been successfully adapted to mobile platforms. 43. Educational tool. Space Invaders has been used as an educational tool to teach programming and game design. 44. Competitive gaming. The game has a competitive scene with tournaments and leagues. 45. Part of gaming culture. Space Invaders remains an iconic part of video game culture. 46. Inspired future generations of gamers. The game has introduced countless players to the world of video games. 47. Preserved in museums. Space Invaders is displayed in video game museums and exhibitions. 48. Subject of academic study. The game has been studied by academics in fields like media studies and game design. 49. Timeless appeal. Space Invaders continues to resonate with players of all ages and backgrounds. 50. Legacy of innovation. The game's innovative spirit continues to inspire game developers today. "50 more facts about Space Invaders." Technical and design aspects. 1. Black and white. The original Space Invaders was a monochrome game, utilizing only black and white graphics. 2. Pixel art mastery. The game is considered a prime example of early pixel art, showcasing effective use of limited pixels. 3. Sound design. The game's simple yet iconic sound effects, like the aliens' pew pew and the player's laser, contributed significantly to its atmosphere. 4. Hardware constraints. Due to hardware limitations, the game's aliens were initially designed to be humanoid but were changed to the iconic alien shape. 5. Limited color palette.